G'day everybody, my name's Ewan Mcash. I am a 2012 Nuffield Scholar and an oyster farmer from Brawley, New South Wales. I studied marine biology at university and I've been oyster farming now for more than 16 years. My scholarship study topic was the importance of strategic planning to grow the oyster industry.
During my travels, I observed that successful businesses and industries were never insular. Cooperatives, partnerships and collaboration were where the big gains were. At Flora Holland, that was the catch cry. First we collaborate and then we compete. And I think this is particularly important for a small industry such as New South Wales oysters. After 10 years of farming and a Nuffield scholarship, I now realise that my farming business will never truly thrive unless my whole industry is thriving and healthy as well.
What have I been doing since my Nuffield scholarship? Well, I've been launching new companies that solve problems for my farming business, but also for the industry as well. I'm wearing all the hats. Oyster Life, which is how we've scaled up my family farm. It's a share farming company.
I'm Jace Finlay, part owner in Oyster Life. We're a management company, so we operate through a single farm, but share farm with 5 other farmers.
Then we have Signature Oysters, which is our online sales and direct-to-restaurant marketing company. And this company made us particularly resilient during the last 18 months of lockdowns.
We produce oysters to top restaurants. We have about 60 restaurants Australia-wide, and also we sell big volumes to wholesalers.
And Smart Oysters, which is a farm operations application for running smart oyster farms. Farming is a challenging business, let alone farming underwater. The location, the tide, the wind, waves and weather all provide a unique challenge to every aquaculture farm. Through time, experience and sometimes sheer grit, an oyster farmer will customise their cultivation method, their scheduled tasks of grading, drying and selling in order to solve the unique challenges of their farm location. That is a lot of information for a farmer to remember, but that's exactly what most farmers do. The locations of thousands of oyster baskets, schedules and tasks remembered by one person. I've been an oyster farmer for 15 years. Over that time, I developed better cultivation methods and established new premium markets for my farm. It was during the growth of the business that I discovered the magnitude of the issue I was facing. After years of farming, I had created an environment where I was the only person who truly knew what to do and when to do it. All the history, all the best practice was in my head. I had become trapped as a farm manager, working the business day to day. My efforts to grow the business became a burden, not an opportunity. Smart Oysters doesn't just make farming easier, it changes farmers' lives for the better. Productivity and profits then flow from that. Smart Oysters uses GPS maps and customisable reports to capture the farmer's unique farm practice. It notifies you when your next grade is due, it assigns tasks for maintenance, it keeps track of where your gear and oysters are. It helps you bring on new staff. In doing so, Smart Oysters also captures information needed to make the business more efficient, more scalable, more investable. But most importantly, if you're a farmer, it lets you sleep at night. Traditional management systems prioritise the collection of data. Smart Oysters is different. We prioritise the needs of the farmer.
But primarily for me, it's actually knowing what's on those farms.
Before we used to run around on the barge and you get off and you check every row and every bag, every second bag to see what condition they are. This way you don't have to. This way you just punch it up on your phone and away you go.
I can plot this rack's broken and it needs a repair.
But it's the app that doesn't let anything slip by. Nothing's ever going to get left because your app's telling you that this batch in this position is ready to be picked up.
Smart Oyster app captures the way you run the farm and also gives you a snapshot of the total value of your farm. So that's great for being able to go and talk to banks or investors as to being able to raise more capital to grow the business.
Our solution is turning heads in other industries, with pilot programs running on mussel, finfish and seaweed farms. It's exciting to know that these aquaculture industries also need our solution. Smart Oysters' vision is to create a better world, one farm at a time. By this we mean creating better lives, better livelihoods, better produce and a better environment. And that's exactly what Smart Oysters is already doing across the globe today.
One of the challenges my industry faces is access to growth capital. There's huge demand for what we grow, sustainable seafood, and a huge opportunity to grow our production. However, unlike land farming, we cannot use our aquaculture leases as assets to borrow against. How are we going to solve this? Well, we're going to use our farm data and technology to access new, more innovative forms of finance. In fact, we're already started to do this using the Smart Oysters platform.